Hey guys, welcome back to another video on Inside Spurs. Hope we're all well. I hope we're all enjoying the extremely hot weather. I'm doing this before it gets too hot because honestly, it's just unbearable at the moment. So look, stay safe guys, drink plenty of water. And that's probably all I can sort of give advice on. Maybe get a fan. That's the other thing I could say. Today's video is more about talking about people leaving. I actually did a video yesterday and was due to upload it, and I actually had stopped the upload because so much had changed. So I was sitting there in this video, and I'll give you an idea of what it was. I was sitting in this video, and I was basically ranting at the fact that it's taken 3 and a bit months for people to leave that were already being told to leave, and it's taken them such a long time. And actually, they've alienated themselves further from the fan base because they're being picky. They're actually being difficult, and that's come out from sources within Spurs. They are being difficult. They aren't actively seeking. They're not actively looking for that move, which is a worrying sign because they clearly know they're not going to get better elsewhere. But actually, it shows we were carrying players that weren't good enough. Simple as that. So, you'll see on the thumbnail, it's me and Giovanni Lo Celso. So I'm going to start with Giovanni Lo Celso, okay? So, this obviously, when I was doing this video, I said he's most likely going to Villarreal, but this has taken months. Why haven't Villarreal sorted this? Fiorentina looked like they wanted to get in on the bids. Fiorentina then said they didn't want to get on the bids because I think they potentially had a bid thrown in a sort of month, 6 weeks ago. And apparently it was laughable by Spurs, which probably means it's a loan deal, we'll cover 25% of his wages, and the loan to buy option's 8 million. And we went, Jesus Christ, lads, really? Come on. What is this? Yeah. So, Alistair Gold, he actually tweeted out from Dimarzio. So this is him. So Dimarzio would have obviously put this out first. Alistair Gold would have done his own sort of deep dive in and got the answers himself. It says, Giovanni Lo Celso is off to Spain and is on his way to Villarreal on loan. There will be an option to buy included. Now, we don't really know what the option to buy is just yet, but he is going. And he's going to a club that he did well at, to be honest. And no Spurs fans will sit there and go, he was rubbish for Villarreal. He was spotty for us. He had good times and he had bad times, okay? And when he was good, he was class. Absolutely class. But the good times just weren't enough. So... yes, off to Villarreal. My initial thoughts are good for him. It's a good move, really. For us, I'd like to see we covering all his weight. How much is the percentage of the wage that we're covering, or are we covering any? And the option to buy, it's got to be somewhere within 15 to 20 million, surely. You know, I'll come on to another option to buy. I might shock you in a minute, but I'm going to give you my opinion post the option to buys when I tell you the other one as well, because I want to bring it back, because I think a lot of people probably get up in arms, but I actually want to bring it back a level, and you'll understand as to why you probably won't be as angry as you think when you first hear it. But yeah, good for him. It's one out the door. We need to get them out the door. We need to start moving quickly. And Alistair Gold even said that there wasn't a rush to get them out before the end of the window, in terms of let's not get them out tomorrow. They'll be gone by the end of the window. Where they were going, I wasn't too sure. And actually, one of them shocked me. Actually, a couple of them shocked me a little bit. But yeah, Lo Celso, Spain. Next one I'm coming on to is the other midfielder that maybe didn't set the world alight, is the best way to describe him. I hate the word flop. I hate that word so much, because to be a flop, you could never have been good in the first place. And I can't say Lo Celso is a flop, because he actually had some really good moments, scored some really big goals, played in some really big games. It just didn't click. So there was good moments and bad moments. And Ndombele is the same. There was good moments and bad moments, okay? Ndombele, Napoli. That's rocketing through now. So Fabrizio Romano, late last night, 10:20, okay? 10:20 p.m. Some of us were in bed, all right? So it is late for me. Napoli and Tottenham have reached an agreement for Tanguy Ndombele on loan with a buy option, and the clubs are prepared to close the deal. And apparently, Napoli director met with Ndombele's agents in Paris to discuss personal terms. Okay, so on the face of that, before I talk about the details of the deal, first and foremost, there we are. That's good. We're moving him on. I wouldn't be surprised because he's on 250k a week. I wouldn't be surprised if we're covering like 100k a week for him to play elsewhere though. Okay, again, just hold off. I'm going to tell you what the details are. I'm going to give you my initial thoughts about everything really when it comes to the deals and covering wages and the buy options and that sort of thing. Okay, so Napoli will pay. Well, this is supposed. Okay, so we're going to wait really, but Napoli will pay 3 million. With the right to buy, costing a further 13 million. Now, these are in euros, okay? So, the 3 million will probably be the loan deal, and the 13 million will obviously be the option to buy. Now, a lot of people will sit there and go, are you joking? We paid X amount for both of these players. Granted, absolutely granted, they don't have that market value anymore. We weren't getting back to where that was, for one, okay? Secondly, big clubs, when they make mistakes, they move their mistakes on, even if they're making losses. Move them on, get them out of the way, get the right player in. Chelsea do it all the time. They are masters of this. They buy a player and go, look, here we go, Lukaku's the perfect one. Buy a player, really big money. It's not worked. Not sure it's going to work. Right, move you on. There you are. And I know Lukaku wanted to go, which probably helped it a little bit, but they went, do you know what? Move you on. Because if you want to be a really, really top team, you need to have a really good squad. And to have a really good squad, you need to get rid of deadwood or players that don't fit the system or players aren't good enough. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm really happy with that. I think, actually, happier than a lot of people would be. It shows that we are becoming a big club. We're saying, look, cut the losses. Let's get probably about 30 million for both of them in total. Fine. Yes, it's not the however much we spent on them both, okay? But get the money, move them on, cut your losses, get the right player in. That's how I've always thought about it. I've always wanted that attitude instead of going, let's draw it out for an extra million. No, it's not worth it. Go and get them gone. Get them gone, get the replacements. You know, you think Skip's probably your replacement and Basuma's probably a replacement, okay? You know, there might be an opportunity where we look at one more attacking midfielder. Conte doesn't really play with an out of 10, so a lot of people talk about James Maddison. There we go. I really like James Maddison. I really do. The set piece ability also really helps it, okay? But he only plays really a 10 role. We don't really play with a 10. We would probably want someone that plays in a 3 that can get forward. As Zaniolo was more so a player that suits Conte's system over Maddison. Although I don't believe the Zaniolo deal will happen this summer. I think Mourinho's been a bit difficult and it's not because I don't exactly think Mourinho's like, I hate Daniel Levy, I don't like Spurs. I don't think it's at all. I think he actually likes Spurs fans, okay? You might think something a little bit different about Levy, but he does like the Spurs fans, okay? It is because Zaniolo is the Italian wonder kid, okay? This is one of the best players they've had come out of Italy for a very, very long time. And Mourinho just wants him. And there's nothing wrong with that. Can't blame him. It'd actually be worrying if they're like, yeah, you're happy to take our wonder kid, not a problem. You'd be a bit like, something wrong with him? Should we be worried about something? The ACL injuries, look, they're freaky. You can't really help the fact that if you're going to get crunched in attack or you land awkwardly, I've ruptured an ACL. It was a freak accident, okay? It can happen. The muscle strains around it, I just think he needs to build up his muscle strength. Again, I kind of speaking from a little bit of experience here. Before I built up the muscles and around the knee as well, my knee was still very weak. It's not weak anymore because I built up the muscles around it. So for him, he probably just still needs a bit of time just to build up muscles around it and he'll be good to go again. So if we could get him, yeah, you know, why not? But yeah, I think Mourinho probably doesn't want that to happen. And it's not because of Spurs. I think he just wants to hold on to him. Third player, Sergio Reguilon. So this comes from a tier 1 source. So I'm not making anything up. So Dan Kilpatrick, even standard, Brighton want him. Now, Brighton obviously just sold Mark Cucurella to Chelsea for a serious amount of money. We're talking up to about, I think it was like 62.5 million, something like that off the top of my head. Obviously, we've got a relationship with Brighton because of obviously Basuma this summer. I think it's a good move for Brighton. He's a player that's won trophies. He's played at Real Madrid, Sevilla, Spurs. You know, it's a good move for them. Okay, he can play in their system because if they play a 4-back, he's suited for the 4-back. If they play the 3-back with 2 wing-backs, he's got a bit of experience playing there as well. He knows the Premier League. He's tried and tested. Okay, I think it's a good move for him. Now, will he take it? I don't know. I think he probably wants to go back to Spain, which I don't blame him. But it's not the worst idea. Now, the thing I was talking about, and a Brighton fan said to me, 15 million plus add-ons. And I sort of sat there and went, now, I'm not the biggest Sergio Reguilon fan, but if you're telling me that, you're telling me Marc Cucurella is potentially worth 4 times the player, which is obviously absolutely false. We know that. I said I think it'll be 20 plus add-ons, up to about 25 million. Get our money back that we paid for it. The thing is, Brighton in this position, and this happens a lot with teams that get given money. You are negotiating for a position of weakness. One, you need a position. One, you need a player for that position. And secondly, you actually have the money to spend. So you can't sit there and go, we're going to offer you a lowball offer. That's all we can offer. We can't afford anything else. Well, no, we know you can. Because if you're getting 30 million this summer for Cucurella, and there's always instalments with these deals. You don't get 62.5 million up front. There's always instalments. Excuse me. And obviously the add-ons will be another summer anyway. But let's say it's 30 million this summer and you get 20 million from Basuma. You've got 50 million. We'll have 20 million plus add-ons, 10 million this summer, 10 million next, and the add-ons will probably be just appearances because, you know, we normally with big teams it's like get into Europe, start 20 games. They're quite easy, if I'm honest. Regulars will be easy. Regulars will be playing 20 games and you'll give us 5 million. So I think, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. I thought Reguilon was going to go off to Sevilla. Tellez obviously went to Sevilla. Barca wants him, but then Barca's got Marcus Alonso. So I think Reguilon's market is actually quite dry. And I know there was talk about Juventus as well, but yeah, I don't see Juventus even going there. So yeah, I think Brighton might be the move for him. I just can't fathom another loan deal though. Reguilon's not going to play for us. We just signed Destiny. That's 3 left wing backs. He's the 4th option basically, and one of them plays in bloody Italy. So yeah, I think let's get him gone. 20 million plus add-ons. I think it's fair on all teams. Okay, I'm not sitting there going, we want 35 million. That's outrageous. We're not getting that. But 15 million plus add-ons, nah, it's not worth it. Unless the add-ons are plays a game, here's 2 million, things that we can get by January, fine, I can understand that. But let's get 20 million, 5 million add-ons. I think £25 million deal for him is fair. And add-ons, and the thing is with these deals, and I think a lot of people take the initial number and think, oh my God, that's too much money. Like Cucurella, for example, or Basuma. You're not paying all that money up front. And if you think teams do pay that money up front, I'm going to be frank, you're a bit of an idiot. They separate that money. They'll go, say for example, the deal's 50 million, okay? There's no add-ons, let's just do 50 million. They'll probably give you 20 million in the first year. And the next 3 years, they give you 10. That's how teams do it. They don't give you all the money all at once. They give you money in instalments. So it might even be Reguilon, yeah, we're going to give you 20 million. We're going to give you 10 million up front, and then we're going to give you 5 million for the next 2 years. That's what it might be. And that's fine. You know, we do it to other teams. I mean, Nicolas Pepe, when I think went to Arsenal, I think it was like 10 million a year for a few years for a £72 million deal. So it's not uncommon whatsoever. So if you think it's uncommon, it's really not. I'd love you to do some research because it's really not. So that's him. And then Winks is the last one. Now, this is going to be a bit of a rant. This is a man who does not have a market, in my opinion. Valencia are interested in him, but he's plan B to Artem Malo from Juventus. But they're not sure they can afford his wages because Juventus is signing Paredes because Rabiot's going to United. How the mighty have fallen there. My God. Rabiot. Really? Anyway, you see why Ronaldo wants to leave. Anyway, so winks to Valencia if they can't get Artur. He's rejecting offers, hoping to go there. So Sampdoria, one of the main ones that have said, yeah, he rejected us because he wants to go to Valencia. I'm going to keep this rant brief because it annoyed me yesterday, because this was one of the rants. You do not have the clout to be turning down teams, okay? You're not wanted in the Premier League by teams, evidently. There was rumours of Everton, Palace, I think Southampton was one. Where are they now? Surely if they were here, you'd have been gone. So, no, you're not wanted there. Valencia are only wanting you as a plan B. Surely that should make you a bit worried as to say, I'm not really wanted there then. Or I'm not even, maybe not wanted is the right word. Maybe I'm not chased by Valencia's heart because they want someone else. Sampdoria is a decent team. They're not a bad team either. So this, I think, look, it's the date today is the 13th of August. I think by the 27th of August he's finally gone. And again, I think it's a loan deal. I really do think it's a loan deal. But it shows that these players that we're trying to get rid of have no value. It happens at big clubs. Look at, for example, look at United. They're trying to get rid of players. They have no value. And they're on big wages. So they are in a worse situation. Teams like Man City can get rid of players because they rotate their squad. So players actually keep their value because they have such a big and great squad. The drop-off from starter to backup is not really a drop-off. For us, this summer was all about making sure we had that similar situation. Starter to backup, let's not have a huge drop-off. If we do that, and then we want to move a backup on and get someone else in, they keep a good value. Chelsea can move players on. City can move players on. Liverpool can move players on. We need to be the same, okay? Anyway, guys, that's all for today. Drop a like, give us a comment. Let us, let me know, what your general thoughts are about these players moving out. The loan deals or those options and things like that. But also, subscribe, lads. There's going to be more and more coming. I'm trying to get a bit more efficient and a bit more on it with these videos. So I'll try and do as many as I can. I'll try and get one done for tomorrow before the Chelsea game. I do have a big family dinner to go to, but I will try and get one out for you guys anyway. Look, enjoy your weekend, guys. Stay safe. I'll see you later.